going to demonstrate the part 3 of my simple calculator program in Java using JDOODLE online editor. First, I'll open my save file in JDOODLE and make some revisions of the codes from switch statement to nested if statement. In my browser, I'll open JDOODLE, then sign in with Google, choose active account, and then choose Java, and then beside the execute button, click the three dots, then open my projects. Here it is. Okay, here are the codes of the simple calculator part 2 using the switch statement. Just to give some highlights, for the simple calculator part 1, I am using integer data type for the calculator, and the expression here in switch is also calculator. And then since I am using integer here, the cases is in numeric 1, 2, 3, 4, then with the default statement. In the part 2 of the simple calculator, I am using character. Since I am using character, the switch case statement is also in character form, and then the expression here is also calculator because the variable being used here is calculator. Part 2, then part 1. For the part 3, I'm going to use the nested if statement. So again, the values to be tested in switch case statement are limited to those of data types integer and character, while the nested if statement is not, so any data types will do. Okay, so here's the syntax of the switch statement and the nested if. Since the statement to be used is switch, so of course the first statement of the code is switch, and then the expression inside the parentheses equivalent to the nested if statement, so equivalent to if and then expression inside the parentheses. And then for the else if, that is another choice or another option equivalent to case 1. And then we have here the else if, another else if, or another choices or another choice equivalent to case constant 2, and then another choice else if, and then equivalent to constant 3 or the case constant 3. So we have here the else, that's equivalent to the default statement in the switch. So again, what is the use of else here in the default? So any of the choices that doesn't belong to the expression above. I will just make some revisions of the simple calculator part 2. So same thing, import java.util. I will not change that. And then for the variables, I will not also change this. Same scanner object. Since I am not changing the variables, I will not also change the initialization. Okay, so it will remain like that. I will just change the switch statements to nested if statement. Before I'm going to change the switch statements into nested if statement, here are the things that I'm going to need for the program. Okay, so I need comparison operators. So these are the comparison operators. We have here the equal, and then not equal, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Okay, from switch, I'll change to if, and then I'll change operator, and then take note in each if statement, if else, there must be brace opening, closing, and then I can remove na this one, and then expression inside the parentheses. If operator equals, then we will also use the apostrophe. And then let's start with the asterisk also, because the formula is n1 times n2, so I will not change this, only the expression. And then same statement, the operator you have chosen is the product of two numbers, which is calculate. Okay, so calculate here, call the calculate variable here, or to generate the result. The next statement, if okay, the next choice is else if operator equals the slash, that stands for the division. And then don't forget the opening and the closing brace. Of course, there's a break if you remove that, because there is no break in the if else statement. Okay, and the next statement is also else if. Okay, just copy this one to save time, and this is addition. Then remove the break, then you put the opening here and the closing curly brace. Okay, so copy and paste to save time. Ctrl C to copy, Ctrl V to paste. And then the open, then each if else statement has its opening and closing curly brace also. So if operator equals asterisk, then opening, closing, then here opening, closing curly brace, opening, closing curly brace, opening, closing. And then for the else, no more expression inside the parenthesis, because if the user will input something that is not here in the choices, it will fall to else. So else again is equivalent to default statement in the switch case. And then sorry, the operator you have entered is not in the choices. So as you can see here, there's a little revision only, because in the declaring variables, I'm not changing it. What I only change are the statements from switch case to else if statement. Alright, so the part 1, part 2, part 3 of my program, the simple calculator, just showing you the different way of writing a code, the different method of writing a code, but the same output. So if you think these codes are final, then go back from the beginning to have a final checking also. So we have here the variable character calculator, then check if you initialize it. Okay, alright, so just okay, so character calculator will make it operator. Okay, why? Because the expression inside the parentheses is operator. That's why we will use operator to be closer to the statements. And then also this one. Then we have here the asterisk for the multiplication, slash for the division, and then plus for the addition, then minus for the subtraction. Okay, so if you think these codes are final already, then no more revision, then click the execute button to run your program. Okay, here it is. I'll choose asterisk for the multiplication symbol, then 8 is the first number, second number is 3. The operator we have chosen is the product of two numbers, which is 24. So 8 times 3 equals 24. So n1 times n2. So that's correct. So execute again. So we have here the slash for the division. First number is 5. Second number is 3. So 5 divided 3 is 1.66. So that's correct. Here, n1 divide n2. Okay, so execute again for another operation. So it's addition. 8 plus 10 equals 18. And then here, n1 plus n2. So that's correct. Okay, the last operator symbol, I choose the subtraction, then 8. So the operator we have chosen is the difference of the two numbers, which is 3. So 8 minus 5 equals 3. So here, n1 minus n2 equals, calculate. So that's the result, 3. And then supposing I will input equal, then the first number 8, then 3. Sorry, the operator we have entered is not in the choices, so it will not calculate the result because I entered the equal sign, which is not in the choices of operators. Okay, so that's it. This program is showing you the different way of writing the codes of the simple calculator. Different way but same result. Alright, thank you for watching my part 1, part 2, and the part 3 of my program. Okay, so don't forget to save your work. Click the 3 dots beside the execute button and then save as. Then the project name is Simple Calculator 3. Stands for the part 3 of the program. Then save. Alright, so to send your work to someone, just click the 3 dots again and then click the instant share and then create share. Then we have here the URL. You copy this one and then you paste to the destination to whom you want to share your file. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching my program from part 1, part 2 up to part 3.